All right, thanks for staying with us. Harvard Business School found that a one-star increase in the Yelp rating of a restaurant corresponded to a 5 to 9% increase in revenue. After one single negative experience, New Voice Media found that 51% of customers will never transact with that business again. Almost 40% of all restaurants' complaints are on public forums like social media and review sites per Food Service magazine. When things go wrong, people broadcast it. Now, customer satisfaction is the secret ingredient that drives every successful restaurant. In an industry notorious for narrow profit margins and high turnover, extra attention to customer experience details has an outsized effect. Now, customers are more loyal to restaurants when they have better experiences going there, and that has a lot to do with the service. Now, today we are discussing the food business, and we're asking, what do you think, guarantees that customer experience success, right? Please let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. You can also tweet at us at WadeShowAfrica1 with the hashtag WadeShow. Okay, Lydia, I want to bring in our guest in a minute, but I just wanted to hear your thoughts quickly, because you see,
speaking as if you're eating a
you know, that kind of thing. It's like Omola she has just put a bowl of amala. So one of my favorite food is amala gbegiri ewedu.
They call it abula, that mix.
Aha.
Amala and abula.
Well, I don't know the name.
I'm giving it to you.
So that's how I now had one new restaurant. I will not call the name. Okay. That opened in Lekki.
Yes.
Everybody was just like amala. I said, okay, I'm going there to go and eat. I was so disappointed. In fact, I had food poisoning. And after that day, I know they go back there again.
What was wrong?
I went back to my old faithful that I know. I have no idea what went wrong. First of all, it didn't taste really nice. And the way it was so hyped. So I'm waiting to ask this our guest whether he was the one that rated it. Because I'm going to fight him.
You may need to try it one more time before you make it.
Nah, I don't think I want to go back. That's the thing.
Because they hardly get amala wrong.
This one, for them to have gotten amala wrong.
Am I right, Opeyemi? They hardly get amala wrong. When I go to a party, if they're serving amala, that's the only thing I'm going to take, because I know that there's no way they would get it wrong most times. Or like fried rice not being right.
So two things I eat at parties is either amala or father rice, because they never get it wrong, right? So this one, I was really in shock. Like, how?
It must have been a training.
And the name amala is on the name of the business. I say, you know what? It's not
Try it again.
I will not go there. Never. I don't take second chances.
Try it one more time.
I do not take prisoners. I'm one of those people that will never repeat a business.
So today's topic is really talking about what it is that guarantees repeats.
Yes, what guarantees customer experience success. And
if you had given them feedback instead of just walking away. I mean, if everybody was hyping them up and you had a very terrible experience.
So, and guess what? I was not the only one.
But it could have been that particular day, and you may be saving lives by mentioning what it is you experienced.
I don't know what it was.
I would think.
I experienced. I don't know what it was I experienced, but I knew that I had
food poisoning.
Yeah, I had a running tummy afterwards. I said, never, I'm not going there again. So 10 for 10.
Give Amala a bad name.
They wait, listen. 10 for 10 is for God.
Okay.
9 over 10 is for him. 8 over 10 is for the best dish he tastes. Now he is Opeyemi Famakin, the biggest food critic in Nigeria, and he's joined us live today on his birthday. Happy birthday to you!
Happy birthday, namesake! Happy birthday!
See you, Opeyemi. First of all, I want to follow you. I just want to be your PA. Let me just be going around with you. As you are tasting, anyone that is not sweet, just pass it to me. I'll eat it.
But you have food poisoning.
You can't just be testing everything.
But thank you so much for joining us, and happy birthday again.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you know what? So this conversation is actually fun to have, because you see, when you hear food critics, you think, are we in America? Because Americans are very big on food critics. They make sure that, in fact, when they hear that a critic is in the restaurant dining, or if the critic is coming, the chef is sweating from all areas that sweat should not come out from, because they understand that power that a critic would have and the impact it will have on their business. First of all, how accepting is food criticism in Nigeria? Do businesses actually look out for you to say, you know what, I want you to come critique my business because I know afterwards it will guarantee some level of success in terms of customer patronage?
I like the question. So it's relative. Because I would say I was part of the first people that started it. So in Nigeria, we have many food critics. And, you know, a few are very, very knowledgeable, while a few are just, you know, people that have, you know, nice phone cameras and can afford to buy food. So these restaurants know the differences, and so they know those who they will shake for, and those who, even though you say, oh, their food is the best, they don't really care that this person said their food is the best. So it's relative, as I said. Yeah.
So that means he's doing well for you. That's in summary.
He's become renowned and revered when it comes to being a food critic.
The thing is that, so this wasn't like the plan. Like me being who I am, this Opeyemi that I have seen, like it wasn't a plan. It was just a hobby. That's why probably there's the trust and there's the numbers, because I was just that guy that loved food, knew about food, and went to restaurants and gave his, you know, feedback and experience. I had no idea there's money in it. Yes, I'll not like there's money, but money was never the plan. I began this thing in 2013, and I made my first money 2019, 30K, and I was shocked. So you get, so people are now seeing the finished product now, and like, oh, there's money in this stuff.
So everybody
I have a nice phone, let me go. So chefs know that, okay, this one knows, I've heard about this guy, who is this one? So like I said, it's relative.
Okay, so let's come back to this topic, right? Because for us, it's important that we try to break it down. So for somebody that is watching, you're either thinking of starting a restaurant or you have a running business. So my mom ran a restaurant for many years now.
Was it like a booker? Because there are different types.
So hold on, let me explain. Do not go there.
I wasn't even trying to...
No, we don't want to know what level.
I don't even know what my mother's own was.
I
am her worst critic, so I don't know what her own was. But my mom served companies during lunchtime. She served a lot of people. In fact, she was so big in Kaduna that when...
I served in Kaduna.
Okay. We are coming somewhere. She was so big in Kaduna that whenever they had dignitaries coming into, like, maybe senators in town and all of that, they would come to a restaurant to come buy food in coolers and all of that. I mean, staff of companies would come lunchtime. It was a chaotic place, right? But I realized that, you know, at some point, she got a bit comfortable with the fact that, okay, because you have great meals and all of that, and that's, you know, that's enough guarantee and all of that. Of course, again, you had 7 girls, you had a lot of hands to work for you. When we started going to the university, the hands were reducing. Finally, the business had to just, you know what, take the back seat. But I realized that in businesses right now, when it comes to restaurants and services, people hardly pay attention. Part of the winning formula for my mom, because first of all, she doesn't eat a food that is probably cold, or she likes her food freshly made, hot and everything. So she took that experience and put it into the experience of every single customer that walked into the store. So it was easy for them to always come because they knew they were first of all serving them homemade meal that was warm, very good, and tastes really nice.
So quality.
Quality food, right? But today it seems like everybody just understands that there's money in food. Everybody must eat, man must work and all of that. And every Tom, Dick and Harry is going into food business. I mean, does that really work for people? Are people really making it that well, you know, in terms of business?
Sadly, it's the fault of all of you.
Yes.
Shall I tell you how?
How?
So, first of all, the food ecosystem in Lagos and Nigeria, they are 2 different countries.
I tell you.
Lagos, Abuja, and the rest of Nigeria, they are different countries. So, in Lagos, you know, everything is aesthetics. I know restaurants that I've consulted for, and I've told them your food is not...
It's horrible.
I don't use horrible. Yeah, it's not up to par because you will not eat trash. People say, oh, it's trash. Would you eat dustbin? You won't. So their food is like 4/10, but their space is 10/10. So some of them began with really, really good food and a basic space, and the customers didn't come. But the moment they touched up their space and made their space Instagrammable, customers began flooding in. Customers will complain that the food is bad. Food critics will complain that, yo, this food is not good, but we will show the video of this place and people will keep trooping in. So if they know that, give them 5/10 food and make it 10/10 space and people will come. And people will come. As a business person,
people want to take pictures for the gram, it's not so much.
If you have a fine restaurant, best believe that for 5 years, you make your money. After 5 years, the buzz will die down. But restaurants that are really, really pretty, in Lagos, their lifespan is 5 years. You will sell out for 5 years.
That's what I keep wondering, because every time you see one hotspot, people will rush it.
People rush it.
And then another one comes out, people will rush it. And you're thinking, in this very Victoria Island, how many spaces do you have?
And they're always sold
I keep
out.
wondering
People
if it's a
from
money
Ibadan.
laundering scheme that is making them open restaurants.
Some of them are actually.
Because, I mean, how much could you actually pump into a business when you haven't actually made a name for yourself to set up a place? I mean, when you speak about aesthetics, the lighting, the fixtures, the interior decor, everything that they put into it to come and be selling amala.
But wait.
No. So
some do.
I might debate on the amala. So not everybody likes to eat abula in a sweaty
No, I understand that.
So that amala in the sky,
this,
I'm sure you get.
Christian guy,
it's for,
I didn't call anybody.
I didn't call any names. Yeah, so it's for those that don't want to sweat. Not everybody wants to sweat.
And it's supposed to be like 100 naira. By the time you put AC and everything, you start charging me for air conditioner. And
no, funny enough, the food was actually affordable.
Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't expensive.
Price. No, like
yeah.
I'll pay compared to
the normal place I would normally
garage
in the amala, no, was pricey, but
it was pricey, right? But so okay, so
but I won't complain about the
you know
price.
where she's talking about.
The place up.
I know the
and
really.
Yeah.
Let's face our.
I'm just asking.
I mean, it's my job to know. Like as you mentioned it, I know.
So you see that it was not the experience was not unique to me.
No. I didn't have food poisoning, but food poisoning sometimes is relative. I've been with a group of friends. We had a platter, and I was the only one that had food poisoning. And I couldn't bash the restaurant. So since then, food poisoning is relative.
Very relative.
So it's possible that maybe I ate something.
Because at times some foods are not stored at the proper temperature, especially at parties when they keep their salads really warm and they keep insisting on serving it. And you know it's the fastest way to get food poisoning through vegetables and all.
Yeah. Seafood too.
Yes.
Gives you more food poisoning.
So if we were to, are you trying to tell me now that because we're in Lagos and again some parts of Abuja, we are the ones, I mean, customers are not demanding for quality food anymore. It is more of the aesthetics. Because I choose not to believe
the number of customers that are demanding are minute. They are the minority. People, trust me, will just come there, buy food of 5,000 naira and take pictures there. So people like me, I will complain, but I am a minority. Because if you know that for the next 5 years, I am good. And you know, in your fourth year, then you can now start making good food and rebranding. But so it's the customer's fault.
So what gives you that what's it called, to give a restaurant? What gives you the inspiration to give a restaurant? You say 10 over 10.
Only one restaurant in Nigeria has gotten 10 over 10.
You tell us behind camera.
And when I give them, they called me that please reduce it to 9. That if our chef see it, it will make them complacent. I was surprised.
But it's true, no, because that way it means there's always room for improvement. And don't let them get a swell head.
So, but what are the qualities that you look out for that makes you rate a restaurant at that
10 over 10. So it's not only the food. The food is like the biggest one.
So how
customer service from coming?
No, wait. What's the number for food? What's the allocation in terms of percentage?
So for food, before I was, food 8, but now there are many other factors. So for food now it's 6 over 10.
Okay.
Like so, the food must
usually
be good.
The highest?
Yeah. So because I'm going there for food. So food, then quality of food and price points. If I'm paying 10K for a plate of jollof rice, I must get 10K quality of jollof. Don't just plate it in a funny and say it's 10K. Is there caviar in it? Are there truffles in the jollof rice? Why is the jollof rice 10K? Don't tell me your space is the reason why I'm paying 10K for jollof rice. Also, to the space matters. There are some spaces. Before, I didn't really used to rate spaces, but there are some spaces that when you enter,
will make you lose your appetite.
It screams luxury. So you get some spaces scream luxury, then customer service. So after food is customer service. That's number 2. The food, taste, presentation, quality. Number 2, customer service. Some restaurants serve just okay food, but because the waiters, they know their onion, they make me feel like a king. I know when I order this food, I'll get this order and everything. So food, customer service, parking space, ambience, price points matters. So there are many factors.
So what would you say is a good price point for a nice plate of salad or something?
Caesar salad. It depends where. Ikorodu and Lekki can never be the same price. No, these things are true. So different states.
In VI, they could go up to 8,500.
So 8,000, 15,000.
VI is the priciest place in Lagos State. Then after VI, then maybe Ikoyi, then Lekki. I don't like Lekki. But Lekki, then on the mainland, you say Ikeja, Yaba, Bagada, Surulere. So these places, because they have the numbers and they have the spending power, the prices will go up. Then the space too. These places spend more on space. And if you spend more on space, it is business. You have to make that money back. A woman that has a shed that charges 15 naira for amala, don't say because amala is 15 naira, you now expect the same 15 naira amala, even though it is the exact same amala. But if it is in VI, in a fancy space, expect 1,000
No, I don't
naira.
even expect to pay. I don't even expect to pay that, you know, because for me, I try to think behind the minds of these people when they are doing their pricing when it comes to food business, you know. I'm wondering what are the factors that would, you know, determine that price. And I like what you said. It's not just about the ambience. What is inside the food? Because trust me, I've ordered one food before. I looked at the plate.
No flavor.
Looked at how much I'm going to leave. That it was going to leave my account.
Been there, done that.
The thing paid me.
Also,
name
matters. So, for example, do you know Chef Eggs?
Yes.
So, for example, now if Chef Eggs makes the exact amala that amala woman made, because he's Chef Eggs and because he made it, he will charge you more.
It's like a Gordon Ramsay making you a salad. You will pay more for
even
it.
If you said, you know what, instead of making fancy food, let's make homemade style food, what your mother made for you, puff without anything. But because Chef Eggs made it, he will charge you more. You know, during Valentine, there was this chef that charged $1,000 for a dinner for two.
Dinner for 2 years.
It's because of who he is. That's why he could charge that much. A random person cannot charge that much.
And you know, Lagosians will do it to oppress one another.
Okay.
Exactly. We were part of the.
I'd like us to take a break because I want to ask a question around fast food.
Sure.
What your thoughts are, you know, on the business. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, thanks for staying with us. Now, if you just tuned in, we are discussing the food business and we're asking what guarantees customer experience success. Now, we have Opeyemi, Famakin with us. Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-4663. You can also tweet at us at WayShowAfrica1 with the hashtag WayShow. So before we went on the break, I was asking about food, what's it called, fast food. Because I know that part of why sometimes, because fast food still has a chunk of the market compared to restaurants. And it is that delivery time. You know, you go there, immediately you are picking what you want, and immediately your plate is served and all of that. But we still have this delay in restaurants, right? So I wanted to ask about the timing. So how do you rate timing for restaurants? You know, because I don't believe that you should, because you are bringing one caviar, whatever, you now spend 5 hours to bring the food for me. It makes no sense. By then, I think I would have even gone to heaven before the food would arrive.
There are certain restaurants that if they don't bring the food by the time frame they told you, then you can not pay.
That's only abroad.
That's not even that one.
Yeah.
I like to correct you. So I think that's unfair comparing fast food to casual or fine dining. So you know what a la carte means?
Yes.
A la carte means cooked on the spot. Fast food has already been pre-made. You go there. It's like you're hungry. Nobody goes to fast food for an experience. You go there, rice, momomeji, kinimeta, this and this, you put it on the go. It's familiar food. But when you go to restaurants, even though you say you're hungry, it's for the experience you're going. Because many people in Lagos, they go and they order pasta in restaurants. You can make pasta in your house. So it's a la carte. So expecting the same quickness with fast food is wrong. That's why three-course meals. You do a starter. That'll take 10 minutes. So basically, starter is for while you're waiting for the main dish. Use this to hold belly. That's what the starter is for. So that time.
Okay, so let you finish the timing. So starter should take 10 minutes. Go ahead.
10 to 20 minutes, but it should be 10 minutes or less.
20 minutes.
No. It depends what you're ordering. So some restaurants, can I call names?
No, don't call me. Have they paid us money?
So some restaurants will put it there that this dish takes 40 minutes.
Okay.
So if you see it, then you cannot complain that it's 40 minutes because some dishes take time, like a sous vide takes time. So, but a starter maximum, say the waste time 15 minutes, it should be 10 minutes. So while waiting, you have a cocktail. But going to a fine dining spot and expecting quick food, I think. Don't go with that mindset.
I know. When you were speaking about, I wanted to speak about that Amala joint you were talking about that has a branch in one state and then they brought another branch to Lagos. Especially it being a franchise. Isn't it so disappointing when the food doesn't taste the same everywhere? It's a way of losing business because if we've gotten used to a particular taste and that's what everybody was bargaining on when you came to Lagos and it doesn't taste, but you carry the same name
and everything.
It's a disappointment. People will just start ignoring you. Because they're like, it's not the same taste. It's not the same taste.
You know the sad thing? They'll still sell.
They will.
They'll still sell, sadly.
It's like releasing a
they might even outsell the
it.
one, the original local spots that we all know, because that place doesn't have the spending power that this place has. This place is in Lagos. A better location. It's in a finer space.
So what I hear you saying now is that all this your criticism, they work for Nigeria because especially in Lagos and Abuja.
No. So
have you had
this place came? I gave them a bad review. You get
so what did happen?
So my review for people like you that if you want to go there, I'll tell you that don't go there. You get so it works. Mine is more of, I'll say for sales. I can dissuade people from going. It will work, but if I say your place is good, you will not sleep for 3 days because you will be selling. So that's more of my strength. Okay. And yeah, so that's it. But if you are bad, I'll say you are bad. But Nigerians,
they won't listen. They will try.
The place is fine. I've learned. So that's why I've reduced my negative reviews, because some places that are really, really bad, I would, bash them. But those places are fine. And my followers will say that, my place is fine. And they will go there. And I'm like, but I said don't go. And they go and tag me that because Opeyemi said so. You went. And I'm like, but I said don't go. So I reduced my criticism. So I tell the owners, like in person. When I was newer, I was very, very gbasgbos. But now there's empathy. Instead of spoiling your business online.
Why do you have empathy?
Because some small businesses...
Are you not empathizing with my pocket that I'm going to go and spend money for something that is not...
Empathy in the sense that I will tell you, in the past, some small... Like there was this new business... I felt bad. There was a new business... So new businesses, when they start, in the first 3 months, they'll make mistakes.
Okay.
So there was this new business in Yaba. Was like a small one-man business. And I went there and they were in their new stage. I did not know. And I gave them a bad review. And because of my bad review, the restaurant shuts down. Oh, wow. And I just thought that if I had, just spoken to the lady and told her this, she could have worked on it. Because of my bad review now, nobody went there. And so, empathy enters.
How many businesses are looking for you with AK-47?
A lot of business. I've gotten threats many times, but I'm big, so you define me. Like I'll go and meet them in a restaurant.
The voice is intimidating.
So there's empathy now. So I'll still give the bad review, but I'll tell you instead. Then if you don't work on it,
then you don't go public with it.
If you don't work on it, I'll come back again and it is what it is. So yeah.
Okay, so let's move now to the customers, because we've been talking about the business, the businesses, right? So how would you say a customer should approach every restaurant that they go to? If you were to give them like a counsel as to say, okay, this is how you should approach a restaurant, this is how you should experience a restaurant to now really feel whether they are up to par with the services that they're delivering.
I know Nigerians will not like what I'll say, but a lot of Nigerians don't know about upscale dining food. It is local food we know. Everybody knows jollof rice is a no-brainer. But some places go to a place, they'll order a tomato pasta, and they will complain that the pasta doesn't have pepper. Exactly. You go to a French restaurant,
to have
you would order steak. Steak is basically black pepper and salt with a sauce. You say, oh, this meat is not spicy. And they'll be saying, no, it's trash, this food is trash. So when you're going to, a restaurant and ordering a dish you do not know, do not judge the dish with your Nigerian palate. I realized that Nigerians, we love pepper. I was in Enugu last 2 weeks ago, and truly, Yorubas will love pepper. The Igbos don't like pepper. I thought it was a joke that Yorubas like pepper, but they barely eat pepper in the East. So imagine someone in the East coming here and judging Yoruba food with their Eastern palate. You give all Yoruba food bad reviews. So many Nigerians do that, judging all these fine dining dishes with Nigerian palate, that pepper was not there, it wasn't spicy enough, the meat was too this and that.
Interesting.
So educate yourself. That's the first thing I'll say.
Yeah. So I was in a restaurant today. So me, I go for what I know. And if I cannot see the name, the way they will write it on the menu, I know the shame. I don't worry.
Ask the waiter
I don't have shame. Some people have shame. They go and order rubbish. And they don't be able to eat it. Me, I don't have shame. I will tell them. So I was not really hungry. So I just wanted to take something like calamari fries and what's it called, the sauce. But I didn't want the spicy pepper sauce. I wanted the cream sauce that came with another whatever. But I
like calamari. I like your onion.
So I took the waiter and I told her. She said, "Oh, it doesn't come with that." So I said, "Please, I don't do pepper sauce. Can you give me the sauce I want?" I also love potato wedges, right? So I try to eat the things that I like. But you see, because I was waiting for someone, when she eventually came in to order, I was blown away. Some people actually, so I'm just what I'm trying to explain is how do we start to educate ourselves on understanding the menu of the restaurant? Because when she came in, what she ordered was really nice. I don't know what it was. It has and in fact, the thing when she takes up it's not your normal regular fork. I think it was like something inside the bone that she had to bring it out. She ate it with the bread.
Bone marrow.
Yeah, bone marrow. Thank you.
I think what you're talking about is being very adventurous with food. And how it
helps
is when you go in a group, let different people order different things. So you taste everybody's meal. That's the fastest way I know to be able to experience something else without being burdened with it if I didn't like it. So if we're 4 at a table, that's why platters came in as well. Not everybody likes everything that is on the platter. And they leave it there so it can serve 3 or 4 people. But if I go there and I say, oh, I'm ordering this, and if you think you can stomach this, you order this, so I get to taste this. You get to taste this. That's how you get more adventurous with fruits. And then also be very careful about things that you're allergic to, because you may not always know that those things are used as ingredients in cooking your particular meal. So if you go to a restaurant, mention if you have allergies so that they don't run into the risk of killing.
Good restaurants should even ask, do you have any allergies?
Do you have any allergies?
Good restaurants.
So I was going to ask, well, how do we even start to educate ourselves as the customers, right? So when we are presented with a menu, because me, I like to, if it's salad, I'll say, what's the chef special? What's on the special on the house? Me, I have wisdom to navigate these things, because sometimes you don't really know. But her meal was really nice. The salad she had was really nice. It was kale and I think sweet corn or something. But you don't like kale, right?
She's Fit Farm, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Only Fit Farm people do kale.
Eating kale.
I don't do that.
So I'll just ask her what the name of the thing is and try it again the next time.
She did the kale. In fact, she even ordered extra kale because the kale was not enough. I'm just saying that you could tell that this person actually understands dining. She understands how to place orders and what. So many of us
don't.
Even when we walk into really nice restaurants, right? We just go, and that's why we order the things we know. Yeah. So how do we begin to educate ourselves?
So first things first, it's a restaurant's job to educate you. They should train their staff. Their staff. Or what do you like? You like fish. So if you like fish, then you like cod. You get. A Nigerian saying cod, they don't know that cod is fish. But if so most restaurants do not train their staff, sadly, because these staff run away. So it's like, why should I train them and, they'll live in 3 months? But if the staff are well trained, they can educate you that, if you like, beef, there's this beef fillet, there's this and that. So the restaurant should help you with your order.
So what are you in the mood for?
So it's a two-way thing. First of all, educate yourself. But the primary job is the restaurant. It's like 60-40.
I remember when I went
60 the restaurant, 40 you. Educate yourself. But they should educate yourself
and ask questions. I went for a wedding reception and they had asked us in advance what we wanted to have for lunch. And for the life of me, it just didn't click that sea bass was fish. In my mind, I was thinking of seaweed.
Oh.
So I was now ordering 2 different main dishes.
And they were both fish dishes?
No, one was lamb and one was sea bass. And the woman was looking at me and said, excuse me,
just one.
Is 1 meal per person? I said, but because in my mind, sea bass was not fish. It was seaweed I was thinking of, just because my mind wasn't on it.
I get.
And I was insisting, and the woman was thinking, which kind of Nigerian is this person? That she wants to eat 3 people's meals in one sitting. What is her problem? But all you really need to do is do not be afraid to show your ignorance. Ask questions. I mean, you could never go wrong by being educated. I've been to places and I just told them what I felt I was in the mood for.
And they would recommend.
They would recommend what, I mean, even up to drinks, cocktails and all. I would tell them, oh, I want something sweet with a bit of alcohol. I really don't know what it is, but do you have anything similar? And they'll be like, okay, let us tell the barman. He'll bring something that I'd never tried before. So it's all about asking and being adventurous.
Well, this person I was with today, you could tell she was adventurous. In fact, the drink itself, that she actually mixed it herself. It wasn't a prepared, or they don't even have it on the menu. She just asked, do you have this? Do you have that? So bring it.
I like people like that.
Yeah, because you know why? Those kind of people, when you dine with them, you get educated, right? So I like the idea of that exploring. Because I like to explore food. I don't,
I'll say, follow food critics. No, literally, my followers, I get 50 plus DMs every day. Opeyemi, what can I eat? What should I eat? I answer. My colleagues that do it. So if you follow food critics, you will not have these problems. I'm not even trying to sell my market, but I'm guaranteeing you will not have these problems, because that is our job, to educate you.
Tell you what
to do, what not to do. If you enter our DM, we'll tell you, that is our job.
So if we want to give ourselves a treat, what would you recommend? Would you recommend that we go to a restaurant or we bring a chef home based
It depends on the
your
experience
budget.
and on your budget. Bringing a chef to your house is actually more expensive.
Really?
Yeah, yes. No, it's more expensive. So usually I ask them, what's your budget and which location do you have in mind and what is the vibe? If it's a girls, hangouts, probably you want a place that has a bit of music, you get. So I would wear VI. Okay, so there's this place, this place, this place. In this place you spend 5K per head. In this place 10K per head. This place 15 per head. Which do you want? So like I'll literally guide. I should create an app for that.
You should actually.
Yeah. Where you just say what your budget is and location.
So I'll tailor based on the things you said. I'll tailor like 3 or 4 places. It's just everywhere in Nigeria, not only Lagos. So I do that for my followers, and probably because they know this, that's why like my number has grown, because they know where would answer.
It would answer,
okay,
right?
So a brand new restaurant opens in Lagos. You're hearing about it for the first time, right? And you go of your own accord. Nobody invited you.
Yeah, sure.
What are you looking out for?
So now that I know better, I'll wait for 3 months before I go.
You go for the very
Yes,
first time.
empathy, yes, because I know for a fact that in the first 3 months, not all of them struggle, but most will struggle, and it is unfair because of the influence I have. And my pastor, my review has made some chefs lose their job and everything.
Yeah.
So I'll wait for 3 months. After 3 months, any almost is you. I'll go there and do a review, and if the mistakes are little mistakes that can be corrected, I'll call the manager. But if the mistakes are, if I'm paying one expensive money, once I'm paying big money, forget calling
no
this.
better
So if the money is really, really high and the experience is good, I would say the truth. But if the money I'm paying is like big and the experience and it is not matching, I'm calling you out online. So yeah.
When it comes to tipping
in
restaurants,
it's mostly on the island.
do they have a rule?
No, there's no rule. So actually, your service charge are compulsory tips, and people don't know this, but you can actually say if you have a bad experience, you can say the service charge, I'm not paying for it. But Nigerians don't know.
Really?
So service charge is compulsory tips.
You just learned that now.
I just learned that as well.
Yes.
So if I did not get a good service,
you can say that service charge. But they too, Nigeria, who hold you? They'll say it's part of our whatever. But you can fight it. But technically, if you say I'm not paying for it, they should not.
Because the services was bad.
It was bad.
You know what? Because I was going to ask again that.
But there's tipping culture.
We do that.
Again, some areas on the island.
No, I tip the
on the island, on the mainland, some places it's not really a thing. So everything is location. This food business.
Yes.
Location matters.
So I was going to say that. Okay, is it fair for food critics to actually go into different restaurants and criticize the food? Why?
Is it fair?
Is it fair? Why I would say that, why I'm asking is that you know that taste buds are different.
Yes.
Our food, the way I would
that question.
do you understand?
Yeah.
The way I would receive a food, my palate is completely different from yours.
Beautiful.
So is it fair for you to down come and say this thing was not
good about what the meal is about?
Beautiful. So the first thing about being one of the things is that when reviewing the dish, remove yourself. I love salt. I love pepper. But because I love pepper and this, is this jollof rice cooked the way jollof rice is meant to be cooked? Forget what you like and dislike. Is it made the proper way? So that's one thing I do. Also, too, I have 3 tasters that I take whose face I don't show. So if 3 of us go to the restaurant, if 3 of them give the food a 9 over 10 and I don't like the food, because they like it, the food will get a good feedback. So I do these things. So it's not about you.
Awesome. So
is the food made the way it is meant to be made? That's the thing. So sometimes, once in a while, personal preference enters, but it is not about you. It is about, is the food done the right way?
So how are you able to, because now you've gone across Nigeria.
Yes.
Like me now, I'm also like...
Where are you from?
I'm actually from Edo State.
I've been to your state for food.
Have you eaten starch and owo?
I've eaten everything.
Have you eaten plantain and owo?
I don't like owo.
Have you eaten okodo?
No, I like black soup. I'm not going to take it. Sorry.
They have not cooked the right owo for you.
To do what?
To eat inyo.
Inyo is in Lagos.
Is it not?
I rather go to Ondo. I rather go to Ondo. I don't. Bush meat is illegal, by the way. I found out recently. Wildlife conservation, all these animals were killing. I did a review one time on bushmeat, and they reached out to me and they almost sued me. And I was like, for what? Then they educated me.
That is actually illegal.
So eating bushmeat is illegal.
I don't actually eat it. I'm not
you
really
eat it in public.
So I was going to say that. So for me, I like going across Nigeria, because I mean, I was born in the north. I grew up in the north, right? Yeah. So I'm from Edo State. I'm Benin, but my mom had a restaurant, so we had to cook all every meal. Edika and call. I love afang. So I'm actually a Nigerian that actually love food from all across. Yeah. You know, there's nothing that you will bring to me and say, nah, I can't eat. I eat everything.
Dog meat.
No, I've not tasted that one. I've not tasted that one. I don't think I will. And this, what's it called? The edible worm. That
I had it in Bielsa.
Oh, I've had that one.
Warrior and Bielsa.
When I was much younger, I can't do it anymore.
Not a fan, but I've had it before.
We used to eat esusu.
Those, no.
No, that's
I had it last year for the first time.
Yeah,
we call it
I could do it when I was younger. I can't do it anymore.
I tried it just once.
No, I actually ate termite as a child, but I don't think I can eat it anymore. So, but I'm saying that, you know, how exciting is it when you're able to go around all those states and just enjoy different meals from different parts? Because I see a lot of people saying that I can never eat I say there's no food I cannot eat as long as it's well cooked.
Because we know people that are from abroad that have come to Asia, to Africa, and that's all they do. Taste local foods and give reviews and everything, and they have major followings just based on recommendations.
So, so, you know, YouTube is nice and everything, but personally, I'm not a fan of creating content on YouTube. So Instagram and TikTok is my house. TikTok is the future, by the way.
It is, not a joke.
Yeah, so...
Waze is there, by the way. Follow us on TikTok.
So, on your question, so Nigerians don't know much about their food.
No.
People just know about their own tribe's food. Yes, for example now, quote me anywhere, the best soups in Nigeria are from the South. Igbos will claim that
Tell us.
From the South, those riverine areas, they have the best. They have, thank you very much.
Yes.
I was in Bielsa last year. Bielsa has a lot of soups that only them know about. They have really, really nice soup. They have this soup kirigina, where you don't even cook. You just mix some things together, pour some hot water, you mix it. Like, it's a soup, yes. In the north, in Borno, they rule a meat where they cook underground. People in Lagos don't know these things. I was in Enugu 2 weeks ago. There's achicha. I never knew about it. Achicha and one cocoyam something. I've forgotten it. It's on my phone. So we have a lot of dishes.
Ekpang.
No. That's the goat. No. It's common, but it's goat.
It's goat.
It is the goats. No, goats like greatest
of all time. Yes.
Akwa Ibom, Calabar, to me, they are kings in food.
They are kings.
They don't have so much, but the few they have is quality.
Yes. Very quality.
Yeah, quality.
Very quality.
If I would say choose two dishes to represent Nigerian food, two Calabar dishes must be there. The North, sadly. It's just drinks and snacks.
Yes. You know, they do a lot of finger foods, masa,
wena,
is the only soup. That's
only the masa and wena.
Yes, busheshe kubewa. You do kuka is nice. No, busheshe kubewa is nice. Dried okra. I don't even know what that is. Really nice. Dried okra soup.
Do you know
it's not the fresh okra.
Do you know Rabisco?
Yes, now.
Okay.
We grew up eating all of those things.
Apparently, I'm not Nigerian in this
Let's take comments. So we are talking and we have forgotten that we have comment. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What's the most consumed local food in Lagos? This is from Mr. Idris. What's the most consumed local food in Lagos?
Do you want to try?
It's not a weird amala.
No, actually.
What's it?
Don't speak from a Yoruba.
Is it jollof rice? It must be beans and rice.
No, it will be rice.
Rice and beans.
Probably white rice and stew or jollof rice.
Or maybe rice and beans and stew.
No. Consumed across board.
Yes.
I'll say it's jollof rice.
Jollof rice, right?
Jollof rice.
All right, so good evening, my dear beautiful sisters. What are you saying? Ways, food business, what guarantees business success? He said food is very important to every human being and food services are vital to. When people go to restaurants and their services are poor and below expectation, then they tend to complain. On the other hand, people prefer quality to quantity when it comes to food. As regards to the resignation of the impeachment of the president, and this statement and action is long overdue and they should do so fast ASAP. This sounds like music to my ears. The man's administration has been a bad luck and nightmare. Happy birthday to your guest. Sister Uwa, how are your pains in your hand? It's getting better, thank you. The devil is a liar. You are healed in Jesus' name. Amen.
Austin from Delta says, for me, I stand with you, Uwa. If I eat in a restaurant for the first time and I'm not satisfied, no more. I prefer good food, not space. If the environment is not fine, I can buy and do take away.
So 5 things you would say for customer success for every food business. What would you say?
Customer success.
Yes.
Train your staff. I know they'll run it, but invest in your staff.
Quickly.
Your staff can make or break your business. Focus on the food more. I know space is important, but focus on the food. Number 3, food and price points. Try and don't be a thief when, doing your
pricing.
Don't be too greedy.
Plating. It sounds very, very minute, but plating is important. That's number 4. Then the fifth one, location.
Thank you so much. I think we had so much fun today. What a relieving conversation.
The way you are so excited, one would think that you have been served food.
They served me food though. But thank you so much, Opeyemi. We've had fun. Thank you, lady.
And happy birthday.
And happy birthday again. Where are you taking us out to?
Me? I'm not really big on birthdays.
Before we go, do I show you
for your birthday?
I'm not big on birthdays.
You don't have to be. We are big on your behalf.
Can I wrap up?
Yes, please.
Follow all our conversations on Instagram and TikTok. Yes, we're on TikTok. Invite your families and friends to watch and follow the conversation. Now, if you missed today's quote, here it is again. There is only one boss, the customer, and he can fire everybody in the company from the chairman on down simply by spending his money somewhere else. We'll see you guys live at 8 p.m. tomorrow as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.